this video, I'm going to be doing a trade recap from December 29th and how I took 4 trades, just under 4 minutes of hold time, and made $2,488. And I know I keep posting videos of my winning days, but don't worry, I lost money today, and I will do a recap of that later this week. But now to get into the watch list on the 29th, I was watching Amazon, Baidu, Microsoft, Facebook, Baba, and Apple. Now to get into the technicals of the names that I was watching, we'll start with Amazon. Amazon had a very nice day one move. It's just been consolidating for a little bit. Big move off the 9, the 20. That's a very nice momentum candle, so I was thinking there could be a possibility for a second day continuation trade. The main levels that I was watching, prior day's high, 33.04, and pre-market high, 33.15. Baidu, that's a good looking chart. Nice period of consolidation, getting tight above the 9 EMA. Looks like a flag pattern. Clears that. Looks like this could be the next leg up. So the two areas that I was interested, the technical levels, was prior day's high, 198.74, and pre-market high, 197.80. Microsoft, still trending above the 9 EMA. Not the cleanest, but still relatively tight. So some of the levels that I was looking to trade around was prior day's high, 226.03, and pre-market high, 226. Facebook, not the cleanest chart, but that is a big day one momentum candle, so definitely don't want to ignore it. If it cleared that prior day, I thought that there was a possibility for a second day continuation trade. The main levels I was looking at, prior day's high, 277.30, and pre-market high, 277.52. Baba had the big gap down on that antitrust news, and on this morning, it was gapping above that high. So if there's anybody short on this red candle, they're going to start to feel some pain. So some of the main levels that I was interested in trading around was the high of this candle, 229.90. It was trading just above that, and pre-market high, 231.99. If it can clear that, probably starts to work its way back into the gap for a possible gap fill. Didn't think that it was going to fill this open gap in one day, but just start constructively working its way back into it. Apple was gapping to a new all-time high, and anytime a stock that's on my main watch list is making a new all-time high, I keep it on watch just in case it puts in some sort of clean intraday pattern. So the main levels that I was interested in was that all-time high, 137.98. It was trading just above it, and pre-market high, 138.41. Now let's quickly take a look at the intraday patterns and see how they did. Starting with Amazon, gapped above prior day's high, 33.04, and put in a very quick opening range break. 1, 2, 3 minutes of consolidation, and then broke that high very quickly. Immediately followed with a pullback, worked its way back up to high a day, put a bit of a flag pattern below high a day, and had a very quick move, and ended up even rolling over a bit later in the day. So as far as off the open, those are the cleanest setups that I see. Baidu just went straight up off the open. Unfortunately, sometimes that happens. There may not be some sort of clean pattern very quick off the open. Every now and then, stocks just go straight up, and as much as I want to be long, I want to wait for some sort of clean pattern. So the only real setup I see here off the open is eventually it did put in a little bit of a red candle, very quick flag pattern below prior day's high, that 198.74, had a very quick momentum pop, then rolled over a little bit, and after that, don't see any clean setups. Microsoft is trading just above prior day's high, that 226.03 level, and actually had a very nice setup. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes of consolidation, and on that fifth candle, 5-minute opening range break once it broke the high of day at 226.40, and had a very nice momentum move, and then eventually struggled right around 227, started to roll over. So that was the cleanest setup that I see off the open. Facebook, not a whole lot going on. It did eventually get above those technical levels, but if you just look at this price action, that's pretty erratic and not that clean. It did go above high a day, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles in a row, and those are big candles. So sometimes when it goes above high a day, when it's already had a big move, it can stuff and reverse. So I don't really see any clean setups on Facebook. Baba, the first move was lower, which I like. Sold off a little bit, finally found some support right around 230, got back above VWAP, above the 9 EMA, started to consolidate below high a day, also knowing that technical level was above pre-market high, got through pre-market high, and had a very nice momentum pop. And then after that was a bit choppy, so that was really the cleanest setup right there. Apple, the first move off the open was down, which I like, and now it had that clear high of day, 138.23, and also knowing that that's just above a new all-time high. Got there a little quick, but still not a bad setup. Once it clears high a day, also knowing that pre-market high is above, 138.41, has a very quick momentum move. And after that, showed some weakness, even started to roll over a bit, so that was really the only clean setup that I saw around the technical levels that I was interested in trading. Now let's get into what I actually traded. Okay, so the first trade is on Amazon. Whenever I trade this name, I make sure to be very careful because it can be crazy, but it's trading above prior day's high. That was a nasty red candle, but starting to consolidate, found some support right around 3,300. This looks like an opening range break. If it gets to high of day, which is 33.1619, I want to be long. So I get long right there, anticipating the high of day. Now I just want to see this break and go. And instantly goes up about 2 points, almost 4 points in the money, so it's going very fast. I'm now watching the option contracts. I got filled at 29.74, so I am clearly in the driver's seat. Got a very big move, up like 7 points so quick, I just take 4 off because there's no reason not to pay myself. So took majority of the position off, and now I have 1 left just to see if it can make a new high. And if I get any sort of momentum push, I want to obviously take those profits. And this is where I'm going to see it has trouble right around 33.20. It keeps getting up into that level and it just cannot clear it. So watching that 33.20, want to see it get above it, and it continues to show struggle. So I have my mouse on the sell button, and any sort of pullback, I get out and I just get out of the last contract right there. So it was a very quick trade, and I ended up making $2,163 in 1 minute and 14 seconds. And the next trade is on Baidu. So I had that big move off the open, putting in a flag pattern just under prior day's high, 198.74. So if it gets there, I want to anticipate it just a little bit. Sizing down. There's no reason to trade big size. I go long 3 200 call contracts, and I just want to see this break that level and start to speed up. So it gets through 199, but did not get through it as quickly as I wanted to see, and the tape is not going that fast. So that was a bit of a weak break. So any sort of pullback, I'm already thinking about getting out of this. Starts to pull back under that 198.74 level, and I just get out of the trade. And it was very quick, but it did not move the way that I liked, so I just bailed on it. So I was in that trade for 24 seconds and made $32, so basically break even. Okay, and the third trade is on Amazon. So after that opening range break, sold off a bit, held the 9 EMA, got back above VWAP, and got back to high a day. The reason why I like this setup right here is because that is a little bit of a flag pattern just under high of day. So at least there's a red candle to go off of. Coming up to high of day, I get long 2 contracts. So I'm sizing down. There's no reason to trade bigger size after being up. Just had a very nice move, pulled back a little bit, but I'm watching those contracts. I got filled at 34.98. Any sort of momentum move that I get, I just need to take those profits because Amazon is crazy. So it has a very nice move coming up into 33.28. Couldn't really get through it. Starting to struggle a little bit. Pulls in, and I just get out of the trade and I take those quick profits. Didn't make as much as I could have, but Amazon is nuts, so I always like to be quick, and ended up making $173 in 25 seconds, so still happy with the trade. And the fourth trade is on BABA, so had that pull in, got back above VWAP, starting to consolidate right towards high a day, also knowing that pre-market high is above. So now I just want to be long the moment I see the tape start to speed up. High day is 231.81. Right around that level. I have 3 call contracts. Starts to speed up, I get long. The 235 calls, there's no reason to trade big size. I'm already up nicely on the day, but it was a good setup, so I wanted to take the trade. Gets above 232, so now I just want to see this hold above 232. New high a day. Nice strong tape, really starting to speed up. 232.50, 60. Very nice move. Got about 70 cents, so now I'm already thinking about taking some off. I take 2 contracts off just to book some gains. And now I let 1 ride to see if it can get up to right around that 233. And I'm obviously not going to let this last contract go red. BABA just broke out of a nice period of consolidation, so I just want to see if it can get up to that 233. Coming up into 233. A little bit of size on the offer, but nothing crazy. Starts to pull in a little bit. Trying to be just a little patient to see if it can get 1 more push because it's still holding up well. So coming into 233 again. A little bit of size on the offer. Gets right through it, nice push, and I just take it off on that move. And was in that trade for 1 minute and 22 seconds and made $120. And that was it. Took those 4 trades and called it a day. That was the recap of my trades on Amazon, Baidu, and BABA. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.